So really good play here. I love this pick. He's probably going to solo lane here. I've seen some Omni Knight solo lane in the recent game. Omni Knight is without a doubt an awesome solo, and he's probably the best team hero in the game. Not the best initiate or support hero, but the best team hero in the game. Team hero, I mean, personally gives your team the most benefit. I would say Dazzle's up there with one of the best team heroes in the game, but definitely this Omni Knight's up there. He does need some farm and he does need some levels. I think God's a bit stumped here by the pick of Omni Knight. Not sure what they're going to do against that. But this Omni Knight, especially with his ulti, is going to prevent this Morphling in the late game laying down a lot of DPS. Plus his heal early game is going to be able to pick off a lot of these low HP heroes and give his team and his carry some super or very high extra survivability. God may pick up the CM here. Yes, they do pick up the Crystal Maiden. I said they would probably pick up the Crystal Maiden because they're going to need a lot of mana for the spammability. In fact, all 4 of these heroes here, for the first 4 heroes picked up by God. So Crystal Maiden will aid them. But I also, like I was trying to tell you guys earlier, like I don't really like how Morphling's being played in the recent version. I don't like how Crystal Maiden's being played in the recent version. He does exist out the spamming of the Clockworks for rockets for Clockwork and the Lich and the Pugna. But the fact that whenever you pick a Crystal Maiden, you essentially play him as a free fountain in terms of mana. Let me just turn on my health bars quickly, as you simply play him for the mana rather than as an actual hero. As soon as it hits mid or late game, this Crystal Maiden becomes irrelevant, and so you're playing a game 4v5 instead of playing a game 5v5. And really, what's the point in doing that? It doesn't help out your team at all. Rocket's just scouting out here, see how much damage they actually do in early game. It's quite a lot, and yeah. So I don't like the role of Crystal Maiden. I'll discuss that a bit later as well. If we see her failing, which I suspect we might, because in recent I actually haven't seen a very successful Crystal Maiden. And the last hero being picked up here by DTS is this Potom. Very good hero, does help out in the pushes. Probably going to maybe go for Linken's in this game, or Linken's Amanta, just for that early game survivability. But she does have an escape. Her ultimate is going to be of high use to this team here, in terms of pushing and then escaping for DTS. We're going to see some early game harassment here. We see Nova going off, a few hits there from the Lich. We see a Wavefall going off here. That does drain the mana pool of Morphling quite a lot. Anyone's just going to back off, and Light's probably going to pop a solve and heal up. Or no, eats a tree and just going to stay in the lane. So like I was saying, the ultimate of this Potom, as well as Starfall Arrow, very good disables, and really going to help out the team here. We're going to see a cancel in this clarity of this Earthshaker. No, he's already got enough mana for Fisher, so it's pretty much irrelevant. Rocket does cancel it, but not meaning too much in game. He's going to pick up an Invis Rune and he's going to roam bot here. So talking about this lane on the bot here, it's pretty much even at the moment. This Priestess of the Moon has about the same early game last hitting capacity as the Smallfling. Potom probably I'd prefer a bit more. The Smallfling is going to be going for Ring of Basilius just to help out a tri-lane a bit more. And each of the tri-lanes does have nukes. We have 3 stuns in the top lane here and a Starfall, and we have, you know, slow, Frostbite and a Wave here. So they do have high game nukes. I do prefer the tri-lane from DTS a little bit more, simply because they can stun and disable for a little bit longer rather than simply just slow. But both these, and we're going to see in an early game initiation here, we see a Fisher going off. A fail Fisher at the moment. They're not blocking off heroes, but this Crystal Maiden is going to go down to this Earthshaker, and Potom's going to get out of there with just enough life, and it's going to heal up. Earthshaker is not going to go down. Another stun gets thrown onto this Lich. Lich is going to probably pop a solve. Yes, Lich pops the solve. That does get cancelled. Doesn't have another solve to be used at the moment. And Vengeful Spirit's going to back out of there and clarity up. So early game initiation. First blood going to DTS here. Not DTS Light on the Mirana, not picking up the first blood. Earthshaker picking up the first blood, and that's probably going to be turned into an early Ring of Basilius. And maybe even an early Crow for this team, so that's going to be pretty useful for the tri-lane. But like I was saying, so Morphling with the leap, Morphling with the Wave, Potom with the leap, both do have very nice survivability. Morphling is probably going to be picking up, like they always see in pro game, using the Morph. So probably does have a bit more survivability than this Priestess in the early game, but I do favour this Priestess in terms of CSing. So yeah, that'll be pretty interesting to see. With Earthshaker just roaming around at the moment, probably going to try an initiation on mid here. Oh no, he's going to back out of there and just come to the bot lane again. We do see Lich TPing back in. So, yeah. I'm not really sure how this Lich fits into this team play. Yes, he has been picked for armor, but, you know, is the Pugna going to pick up the... Oh, we're going to see an initiation here on the Priestess. We do see a blast going off. Don't see a Frost Nova going off, however, and everyone's just going to back out of there. However, this Vampire is going to go down, so Vampire goes down. Very aggressive ward being placed here by God, so they're going to try and pull the creeps back here. We're going to see a Ring of Basilius probably being picked up quite soon. Turned onto here on armor onto normal. Is it no? The Parliament's going to escape out of there on 59 HP, leaping out of the way there. So we're going to try probably see them pull the creep wave back a little bit, and then using this ward to loop in behind and get off some early game kills. Like I was trying to say, I'm not sure whether this Lich is going to pick up the mech and some mana boots maybe for this team, because that'll be really useful, or whether this Pugna is going to pick up the mech and a hood. I'd rather prefer the Pugna to maybe pick up an ulti stick and the pipe, and let this Lich farm up mech. Mech on a Lich is really good, gives your team extra bonus armor, which of course you pick a Lich for in the first place, but also allows you to tower dive and pull off some pretty sweet ultis. So look forward to that. In the top lane here, we discussed the bottom lane role at the moment. In the top lane here, we see a Pugna obviously going up against an Omni Knight. So what we can obviously say about this is that we presume the Pugna is going to have the lane dominance at the moment, simply because he's got a lot more extra mana from the Crystal Maiden. He has got range, a lot more range, and a much better base. Sorry, not much better, but a very high base damage. So this Omni Knight, who is on melee here, is going to struggle against firstly conserving his mana pool, because he's going to probably need to pop a heal quite a number of times. So if he pops a heal, then he doesn't have that much mana to work, but he's going to be picking up a Soul Ring, so that's going to help out. But also the fact that this ward is going to hurt him quite a lot, and he's just going to get harassed down. So even if he puts on a repel, so he's going to be leveling up repel. Even if he pops on a repel, we're going to see a tower dive here. But even if he puts on a repel, then the Pugna can just right click in death, and he doesn't have a repel. He's going to get blasted to death. We're going to see an initiation going here on the Crystal Maiden. Crystal Maiden does drop a blast and a frostbite onto this kitty, but we do see Bambo on the top killing off Dread's head. So Pugna picks up a kill on the top. Vampire kills off the Crystal Maiden's head, but in return, Muga on the Morphling kills off the bottom. So an unfair trade there. We see a Crystal Maiden going down to a Vengeful Spirit, really irrelevant in terms of the game. But a Morphling killing off Light is huge in terms of how this game is going to play out. So that really makes a huge difference. And that definitely that team fight there, diving under the towers, working out to God much better than it worked out to DTS. On the top lane here, what I was trying to say, so we're going to see this Omni Knight going for a Soul Ring. We do see another kill on the bottom lane, double kill in fact, going to Vampire here. So Vampire just using his wand just in time, surviving on 40 HP to kill off that Lich. So Vampire picking up a double kill. Yet again, Light not picking up any kills on the bot lane. But that tri-lane bot is just picking up so many kills at the moment. As soon as I leave that lane, a kill goes down. But I do want to talk you through this top lane quickly. So, like I was trying to say, so he's going to be picking up his Soul Ring, so that's going to be quite useful and quite effective. But the key issue is managing this repel and managing your mana and managing your heal. You need to realize how much DPS output this Pugna can lay down to you, and managing your heal to sufficiently be able to survive it. If you can do that, then it's very easy, in fact, to solo as an Omni Knight, using his heal here to get some kills. But like I said, so it's very easy to solo an Omni Knight if you can manage your repel and your heal. One of the main problems with repel is the fact that if it's a free BKB, yes, but how long do you want to have it on for? I mean, how many levels of it do you get? I often see 2 levels of it being picked, but you can max it completely, but 2 levels of it seems to be sufficient often for team fights. Team fights don't normally last long enough for you need to do that. We can see Vengeful Spirit coming around here, has picked up a boots and 1 from those early kills. At the moment, we're going to see a stun going off here, and here's the issue: heal going off, and we do see Dread, in fact, picking up a kill there. Vengeful Spirit leveling Magic Missile level 3, so he's just also going for DPS output. And we see that's probably Soul Ring. Yes, Soul Ring has now been picked up by Omni Knight. Just popping it and then pulling off a heal. Great item on Omni Knight, simply because if you use it 150 mana and then you heal yourself 360 AP hit points, so you gain 150 hit points from what you originally lost. So super good item onto that Omni Knight. And I'm just going to do a quick creep check. At the moment, we do see Clockwork on 16, the Muga on 14 on the Morphling, 37 however on Pugna, 18 on Dread, 39 now on the Nevermore, and only 12 going on to Light on the Potom. So Potom not doing as successfully as I think she would have hoped to. We do see a hook coming in by the Clockwork here. Hook catching this Nevermore. Nevermore is going to pop off a Z-Rays. Is going to Vampire in fact picks up the kill on the Clockwork's head. However, Crystal Maiden returns by killing off the Nevermore. Crystal Maiden getting up some farm kill, but he is probably going to go down to another stun goes off by Vengeful Stare. That's a level 3 magic missile, and Vampire is now on a mega kill streak, picking up a double kill. And soon as he goes down, that's going to mean so much to whichever hero on the Sentinel team picks him off. So now that we discussed sort of lane analysis, obviously like I told you earlier, Clockwork versus Nevermore in the mid lane, not going to be so good because God really needs the Clockwork to roam at the moment, to really kill off all heroes on the Scourge team at the moment.